Cleanup buckets, offensive rebounds,
No,
putbacks,
because
what are you saying?
Allie, you know this. When you get into a 7-game series, teams start taking away your first and second option. So when Embiid gets around 30, they're going to start double teaming him. So now that swing shot on the weak side of the floor, and they don't rotate off of Seth Curry. Who's going to make those shots now?
Right.
And those were the KCPs, the Carusos of the world for the Lakers, where the Clippers couldn't make shots. Denver ran out of gas. The reason LeBron and AD deserved all the credit, rightfully so, but the role players around them made key shots. That's what the Sixers need to find.
Well, the 76ers will be without Milton for the rest of this road trip, so that's bad news, but also it's an opportunity for some other guys to get some minutes in and get some buckets in as well. All right, coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at the other team, the Phoenix Suns, led by this guy, Devin Booker. Stick with us.
Book it, Dano.
Two inches. What difference could 2 inches make? I mean, it's a truck. It's not about inches. It's about durability, towing capacity, your rugged outdoor lifestyle. Who's thinking about the garage when you're shopping for a truck? CarMax is. That's why our new Love Your Car guarantee includes 24-hour test drives, so you can find the perfect fit, the way it should be. CarMax.
Allow us to reintroduce the right amount of spicy, lightly breaded and spicy tempura made with a blend of aged cayenne. If you're meeting for the first time, lucky you. Spicy Chicken McNuggets, they're back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Jake from State Farm. If you here, this must be a State Farm commercial.
Sure is.
It also means it's about to go down.
Oh, don't worry, Chris. Things are gonna go surprisingly great.
Oh, I've been doing this for too many years. It means something about to go down. Oh, no. Here it comes. Jake, protect yourself!
Have a nice day. I told you. Surprising. Just like State Farm's surprisingly great rates.
Who are you talking to?
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Oh, do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want the fastest 5G network.
Oh, I want the fastest 5G network.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives everyone the same great deal, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
Bolt 24 keeping it real with Damian Lillard.
You either got hops or you somebody I dunk on. But there is Bolt 24 Restore.
I feel silly.
10 grams of collagen and no artificial sweeteners. Restoring that ego, that's on you, fam.
Are we actually doing this again?
When it gets to crunch time, look who's on the floor. Step back three on the way.
Came down the stretch, made the right decision.
Every clutch play from every NBA game with whip-around coverage on NBA Crunch Time. Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on NBA TV.
I feel silly. 10 grams of collagen and no artificial sweeteners. Restoring that ego.
Devin Booker's getting loose, getting ready to take on the Philadelphia 76ers. Phoenix is 15-9 overall. They're 8-4 at home. Booker has scored 30 points on Wednesday in the win over Milwaukee after scoring a season-high 36 points in Monday's win over Cleveland. First time this season scoring 30-plus in consecutive games. He is on fire. Devin Booker's getting loose, getting ready to take on the Philadelphia 76ers.
We always talk about when the great
Phoenix is
players, the
15-9
game slows
overall.
down for them.
They're
They become
8-4
more
at
efficient. I
home.
think
Booker has scored 30 points on
Devin
Wednesday. And well, 3D, it's been a decade-long playoff drought for the Suns, but all indications point to that streak ending this season. Sam Mitchell shed some light on a bright new era for Phoenix basketball on this edition of Coach Speak.
We got to get court battle, so when we shoot the ball, we got to have 2-3 guys back. 1-4, flat, hey, Danielle, flat. Keep working on our stuff, all right? You're trying to play perfect basketball. That's all you're thinking about.
Last summer, the Phoenix Suns were the master of the bubble. going 8-0 in the Orlando restart and very nearly making the playoffs. With the offseason addition of Chris Paul, Coach Monty Williams and his staff have changed the way the Suns play, transitioning from an up-tempo team to a low-pace team that plays to Paul's strengths, running the offense in the half-court. Here's Chris Paul in the new deliberate attack that Monty Williams has installed for the Phoenix Suns. Here he uses the screen of DeAndre Ayton coming off the screen. He attacks the big who's in no man's land, accelerates his speed, and throws a perfect on-time, on-target pass for the lob dunk for Ayton. Here's Chris Paul in the half-court set of the new Phoenix Suns offense. As he comes off the screen by Ayton, he realizes Jay Crowder is not the primary option. He reads the screen by Jay Crowder for Mikal Bridges, who comes off wide open for an on-time, on-target pass from Chris Paul. Here's Chris Paul in a semi-break in transition. This is what he's known for. As he reads the screen by Ayton, he accelerates to that 15-foot spot, the elbow jumper. DeMarcus Cousins, the defender, retreats. Chris Paul pulls up for an easy two. What can take Phoenix to the next level is unlocking what former #1 overall pick DeAndre Ayton can do on the offensive end. By putting him in position on the floor where he can use his size and strength and athleticism to be a dominant big man. Early in the season, Ayton here settles for a 15-foot post-up and takes an early, contested 18-foot turnaround fadeaway jump shot. That's not the shot that Monty Williams and the Phoenix Suns need from DeAndre Ayton. But the transformation of Ayton has been unbelievable. Look at this. Early in the shot clock, a deep run, deep post-up position. Here, with the defender on his back, he makes a quick decision, a quick, strong spin move for a reverse dunk for an and one. On this play here, watch Ayton. He uses his size and strength first to set a great screen. Second, on the lob attempt, he didn't have the initial lob, but watch him uses his size, strength, and footwork, powers up for an easy dunk in traffic. Making the biggest adjustment is all-star guard Devin Booker, going from Phoenix's primary ball handler and playmaker last season to being used more off the ball. But his skill set as a scorer and finisher still makes him the Suns' #1 offensive option. Watch Devin Booker, who was last year Phoenix's primary ball handler. With Chris Paul now running the point, Devin Booker now is using his skill set of movement without the basketball. Chris Paul sets the screen. Devin Booker comes off the DHO by DeAndre Ayton for an easy three. On this side out of bounds play, watch Devin Booker with a seal and a post up against a tough Victor Oladipo for an easy layup. Here's Devin Booker here moving without the ball. Here's Devin Booker comes off a DHO with Ayton, gets into the lane for the running one-legged float. And last but not least, here's Devin Booker with his basketball IQ. He comes off the first screen from Ayton. He reads the defense. Bradley Beal top blocks. He comes underneath the screen up for a 15-foot free throw line jump shot. With improvement from young players throughout their roster mixed with veteran experience, the Phoenix Suns are showing that their finish to last season was no fluke and that a playoff run this season is a realistic goal.
There's Devin Booker again. I cannot wait to see him in this matchup. 3D, I guess, as the season continues, like, what does he need to get better at? I mean, there's nothing he's really doing wrong right now. He's hitting it on all cylinders.
Just continue to follow Monty's leadership of being more consistent on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Because we're so gifted on the offensive end. So I just think now, as he's learned now, Monty has him more efficient. He's not taking as many bad shots he took early in his career. Now, when Chris Paul's on the floor, he realizes he doesn't have to handle as much.
Right.
So he's kind of has a little bit of a little Klay Thompson in him now, where he moves better without the ball because he knows Chris Paul's going to put it in him, and now he's become a better catch-and-shoot player. Not always one-on-one ISO, getting to my spot, worrying about trying to get to the free throw line every possession. So far, I just like the fact that him and Monty Williams are really on the same page.
I love that you brought up Chris Paul. We pulled his shot chart from last game against Milwaukee, and he was so just efficient, well-balanced. I mean, he's just at a great point in his career and his game right now and just a perfect fit in Phoenix. But when you look at the shot chart, do you like what you see?
I love what I see because he's playing so well off of Devin because now there's another superstar on the wing where the defense is worrying about Devin. Now Chris Paul can get back to his mid-range game. So when you look at his chart, This is what made Chris Paul who he is on the offensive end, being able to get to that mid-range and a pull-up jump shot. And now, late in his career, the three ball is getting more consistent. So now you have a big guy down low in Ayton, people are worried about him. You have Devin Booker on the wing, people are worried about him. Oh, Chris Paul, late in his career, still has a great dribble flow to his game where he can get to where he needs to on the floor and knock down mid-range shots.
You keep teeing me up perfectly, 3D. Ayton's our next move. He has had a solid couple of weeks, but traditionally he has not played very well against Joel Embiid when you look at the numbers. And here's just sort of side by side what the results have been when these two have faced off.
Well, I think Ayton won't admit it that, Joel Embiid's a different breed of big guy. And the fact that you have the three-point shot in your repertoire and you're using it better because you have Doc Rivers in your ear, that's what's making Embiid so more effective. So it's the discipline of saying the 5 and 4 man, are taught to rim run. So you miss a shot in defense, you're taught to get back. Well, Embiid's trailing for that 5. Now Ayton has to run back out the lane to contest some of those shots. So it'd be interesting early in the game to see what Monty Williams does in transition defense.
No doubt. We got a good one coming up at 3 o'clock on NBA TV. We are with you for every single second leading up to it. So stick with us right here on NBA TV. Jay Crowder getting ready too. What will his impact be today?
Don't call it a comeback or return. Every journey needs a new beginning. Another exciting season of NBA basketball.
Making moves, hate to lose. We don't break the rules. Break them down. When I cross them over, you can take your shoes.
That's a bad man. I crack the defense when the beat hits. Get it out of here. You cannot stop him. Wow. It's the return. And this is what we've all been waiting to see. It's what you've been missing.
Bolt 24, keeping it real with Serena.
If you've never worn a catsuit to work, you really should. And if you've never tried Bolt 24 Restore with 10 grams of collagen, you really should.
All right.
Bolt 24. We made USAA insurance for members like Kate, a former Army medic made of the flexibility to handle whatever Monday has in store and tackle 4 things at once. So when her car got hit, she didn't worry. She simply filed a claim on her USAA app and said,
I've got this.
USAA insurance is made the way Kate needs it. Easy. She can even pick her payment plan, so it's easy on her budget and her life. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. The Taco Bell Chalupa. So chewy, so flaky, nothing could make it fit. Well played, Bacon. Well played. The Chalupa just keeps getting better. The Bacon Club Chalupa, now at Taco Bell.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text MOTOR to 42424. To get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost, you'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text MOTOR to 42424 to get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost. Text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Text MOTOR to 42424.
You're watching the CarMax pregame show. CarMax, the way it should be.
In honor of Black History Month, log on to nba.com/BHM for videos, virtual conversations, and features telling stories about the barrier breakers from over the years around the basketball world. Right now, we are bringing you BR Kicks, Souls of the Game, featuring Jamal Murray.
Here's Jamal Murray. It's just a scoring machine right now. Jamal Murray keeps it going here for the Nuggets. Are you kidding me?
You've done an excellent job using your platform to speak out in the bubble. You used the George Floyd situation, Breonna Taylor with your tennis shoes. Take me a little deeper on how you get creative of doing that.
You know, I had those for a while. I just didn't know when I was going to wear them. and I picked the perfect time to wear them.
And that might be the dagger. Wow, 50-piece for Jamal Murray.
You have a picture of George Floyd on your right shoe here. You got Breonna Taylor. How did you put everything else aside that happened this week and go out and drop 50 in a must-win game tonight?
These shoes give me life. Even though these people are gone, they help me find strength. And I use these shoes as a symbol to me to keep fighting.
Overcoming emotions. When you see it happen, it's not just one topic. One day we're talking about it as a week. We talked about it. It was like that was the topic of the bubble. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it meant so much more, because we had so much more eyes on it, and we were playing for a reason. We had a purpose to be in that bubble.
It's Black History Month. What does Black History Month mean to you?
That means a lot, man. I just like that we have our own time. We have our month where we can shed light on it, where we can make it a topic where it's something that can't be ignored. You can see the progress, and people have to actually speak on it and talk about it, learn about it, and educate themselves and others. So it's a good time for us to, really get the message out.
Rudy, I'm just so impressed by Jamal Murray, and not just his on-court performance, which in the bubble went to a next level, and he's continued, a little bit lesser extent this season, but he had to come down from what was one of the most incredible playoff performances that we've seen in a long time from Jamal. But off the court, how he's handled everything and how he wants to make a difference, but how he goes about it with his action, not just words.
Yeah, we always talk about action speaks louder than words. And I'm just happy for Jamal and a lot of the young guys in the NBA today that they've educated themselves. So now when they're able to use their platform and speak out properly, they sound educated and they sound like they've done their due diligence to make sure they understand they're expressing their emotions the right way. So Jamal's done a heck of a job. Like you mentioned, in the bubble, he was just playing lights-out basketball because you're so confined. And now guys are getting back to what I call basketball normalcy, because now you're going into different arenas, you're traveling a little bit, so things are getting back. But I assume Denver and Jamal get back to playing better basketball as the season works.
I think, too, we could debate all day about if it was harder or easier to play in the bubble, right? No travel yet. The courts were different. The depth perception on the baskets, the mental fatigue of being in one place for so long, just with the same guys and not having family and friends. So, but you're a shoe guy, right?
Yes.
So you can respect the fact that he used his kicks.
Loved it. I loved it.
Honor some of the victims of the shootings. You got a little something to show me, don't you?
Yeah, I got something to show you, a little bag and stuff. I give a big shout out to my son Trey and my daughter Logan, because they actually, I got to give them credit. They came up with the little color scheme with the Black History Month bag and then the shoes and stuff. So sometimes you got to listen to the kids. There you go.
There it is.
See a little that red. Hey,
you're always
Trey,
thinking,
Logan,
3D.
I appreciate you. Y'all made Dad look like he had some drip on him now. I got drip now because they said, Dad, you're not drippy. So thank you guys. I got drip now.
Yes, you do. Shout out to the fam, by the way, coming through
baby.
for 3D.
You gotta listen to your kids sometimes.
We have 5 games tonight, lots of highlights coming your way, and awesome features like you just saw in that last segment. Bridges getting loose, getting ready. We'll take you through it.
Where else can you get access to the game's best every night?
Let's go!
Where else can you make a fast break?
Oh, what a move!
From one live game to hundreds of others.
Oh, what a play!
Where else can you watch every team or just your team whenever you want?
Sledgehammer at the other end!
On your phone, TV, or tablet. Only here on NBA League Pass. Call your TV provider or go to NBA.com/watch now to order.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months after just 2 doses.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
I feel free to bare my skin. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi.
Boy!
Let's go!
Don't trip!
We'll leave without you, and we gotta get going.
Don't spill those drinks!
The really, really, really refreshing deal. Any size soft drinks are only just $1. Only on the McDonald's $1, $2, $3 menu.
The 5G Google Pixel is amazing at streaming videos. For example, take this stream here. See how smooth it is? Just a smooth 5G stream. The 5G Google Pixel from $4.99.
What is that?
Mine. Why?
It's just that it's...
Lavender? Yes, it is. Old Spice. It's for men.
But I like the smell of it.
This is Sarah,
Sarah shopped for the lowest mortgage rate and chose AmeriSave, the one choice she'll never regret. Unlike buying a do-it-yourself orthodontics kit or marrying Eddie, who does all the electrical work in their home, which is also haunted by a trapper named Trevor.
Boo.
Dude.
But now Sarah's working with AmeriSave and will be saving money for years to come. Way to turn it around, Sarah. Visit AmeriSave.com now. Lower mortgage rates mean higher savings.
Bolt 24 keeping it real with Damian Lillard.
If you can't find the right hype song, make your own.
Dame Dollar.
Bolt 24 Energize is lower in sugar and has caffeine. That's hype.
Bolt 24.
Seth Curry getting loose for the 76ers. He has been key to this team because of the shooting that he brings to the court. We saw in the beginning of the season, he was playing really well. And if you're Dallas, you're going, oh, we could really use him right now. But then he had a stint where he was really sick with COVID. He's back, getting back in the rhythm.
Doc is one of the smartest coaches, GMs, undercover ever. He says, I need shooting. I'm going to bring him in. I need to be around my daughter more. Oh, that's right, he's married to my daughter, so I get a chance to see my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, and help the team win. I think that's a pretty smart move by Doc.
Winning, and winning. There's 4 other games tonight, 3D. I know we've mostly talked about one, the one coming up on NBA TV, but the other one is Miami and Utah.
Yes.
Jimmy Butler is back, and he had his first triple-double of the season against the Rockets. Let's take a look back at that.
Channing, what is it about Jimmy Butler, just what he brings to the floor that makes such a difference with the Heat?
One is that dog mentality. He's going to get the shot that he needs to get to win that game.
Butler gets into the paint with a driving hook.
And then number 2, he's the most versatile player on that team next to Bam. He can go get his shot.
There's Butler around Cousins. They're going to walk in and score, and he draws the foul.
And he's going to provide everyone. If he gets a double team, he's going to make the easy pass.
Pops it back out. None for 3. Yes.
That gives open for Tyler Hero, Duncan Robinson, Chris Dunn. Those guys get to get open threes, and that's when they're dangerous.
Butler for Olynyk, who fires for 3. Yes.
I mean, I love to pass the ball to my guys. I do. I'm comfortable with them taking any and every shot. Duncan, we all know what he can do, what he did last year in the playoffs last year as a whole. In matches, he's surprising a lot of people, but he's not surprising us. I love the fact that they want to do right by everybody. They compete, they play hard as hell, and they just want to win, just like I do.
Butler in Miami trying to close the deal. Bam! That helps. And a triple-double on that pass from Jimmy Butler. His 10th assist, gets his first triple-double this year.
Jimmy Butler just really controlling the flow of this game, scoring, passing, rebounding.
He made sure the ball was getting to where it needed to go. But he's been flirting with the triple-double the last 4 or 5 games.
I got so much confidence. I got so much faith in these guys. And I know that I can't do it by myself. I definitely need my guys with me.
Jimmy Butler is literally everything for this Miami team. He's the Energizer Bunny. He's what makes him go on offense and defense. We saw it in the bubble, and we're seeing it now with his return after his stint missing with COVID. They're 5-2 since his return. They went 2-8 during his 10-game absence, 3D.
So all the stuff that happened in, I'd say, Minnesota, in a little short stint in Philadelphia, questioned his leadership. I don't hear anybody talking about that now in the last year and a half now being in Miami.
The matchmaking.
Culture, we use that word culture a lot.
Yes.
I think it's a perfect fit to your point. So now he's able to go on the floor and let his words and actions speak and match one another. So playing the right way, healthy, sharing the basketball. We know he's a fierce defender, but now he's in a culture where everyone's like-minded. Now can they stay healthy and learn, feed off what they learned from the bubble, because just like the Jamal Murray conversation, you're not confined anymore. Now you're traveling, you're going to different arenas. But I think they'll find their mojo and get back in the mix.
Worth noting, Butler has made double-digit free throws in his last 3 games, and against Utah, he's going to have to continue to have that aggressive mentality and attack the basket, but you don't have to worry about that when it comes to Jimmy Butler. He's going to bring that mentality. Donovan Mitchell, as I mentioned, has been also incredible. The last 4 games, averaging almost 30 points a game, shooting 43% from the field, and also dishing out 8 assists.
Yeah, I like the fact that Mike Conley goes down and Quinn Snyder said, I need you to do a little bit more.
Right.
People say, well, he's already a superstar. He's already an all-star. Well, all-stars can do a little bit more too, which is keep everyone involved because when in doubt, the ball is always going to find you'll be back in your hands. And I think the bigger question for me, Allie, and for a lot of our viewers is, you know, Utah Jazz are #1 in the whole NBA. And the fact that we know Steph's playing great, we know Dame Lillard is playing great, but I think that tug-of-war with fans at home is, should we reward a guy for winning, or should we reward a guy for putting up big numbers like Bradley Beal's doing? We know the Wizards aren't winning. It's just tough for me not to have Donovan Mitchell as a starting guard. The question is, who are you taking off? Are you taking Dame off, or are you taking Steph off? Because you got to have, come on, right? Same thing with Rudy Gobert. We know how good he is defensively, but the Joker is playing lights-out basketball, getting all the triple-doubles. So he should probably be the starting center. So it's going to be tough as you're getting down these final couple weeks, or should I say couple days here, as you get your votes ready for, All-Star Day, whatever happens. But Rudy Gobert playing lights-out basketball on the defensive end, I think had 21 or 27 the other night. Offensively, is starting to find his game. So another tough year as you're putting your votes together for All-Star Weekend.
I don't think we talk about Rudy Gobert enough.
It's hard.
I think we overlook him. He's third in the NBA in rebounds per game, and he's also third in the NBA for total double-doubles. And he brings that intensity on the defensive end every year. We've seen him win Defensive Player of the Year, but we don't talk about him enough.
As you have a vote, it's real simple. Do you want to give winning more of the nod, or do you want to give the numbers more of the nod? That's how the vote's going to come down.
Okay, we're minutes away from tip in Phoenix, and we will get you our CarMax starting lineups when we come back.
Dear 2020, you had your time.
I want to break free.
Now it's our time. Time to get away to a place where we can finally be free. Free from boundaries, limitations, even virtual backgrounds. Today, we break free.
I want to break free. I want to break.
Ready to break free? Plan your future getaway with Norwegian Cruise Line. Sail safe. Feel free.
Everyone's so busy keeping up.
Of being in one
Forget
place.
about the Joneses. We all on our telephones.
So
with the
long,
texts and the tweets and the beats. What he said, she said, can't even follow the thread. Down the hole, we all go. Me, I like keeping up too. With my Corona and my attitude. That's the fine life, baby.
Have you or a loved one been wronged by pre-made breakfast?
Well, Wendy's has your back, dropping the hammer with 2 of these made-to-order breakfast sandwiches for just $4. Get the breakfast you deserve now, 2 for $4, only at Wendy's.
How do you make America's #1 work brand for slip-resistant footwear even better? Add podiatrist-certified arch support. Presenting Skechers Arch Fit, slip-resistant footwear with podiatrist-certified arch support for all-day comfort. Try Skechers Arch Fit, work footwear available for men and women.
Red Bull gives you wings.
I am proud to introduce Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party.
And this is what it feels like.
Our counterintelligence program must prevent the rise of a black messiah.
And this is what it feels like. Look, the only reason I survive, cause it's special first. You get successful, stressful thirst.
I arrived on the day Fred Hampton got assassinated, just to clarify further. Black Messiah is what I feel like.
What it feels like.
I believe I'm gonna die in no car wreck.
And this is what it feels like.
I don't believe I'm gonna die cause I got a bad heart.
And this is what it feels like.
I believe I'm gonna die doing what I was born for.
And this is what it feels like.
I'm gonna die for the people cause I live for the people.
And this is what it feels like.
Rated R, now playing in theaters and streaming exclusively on HBO Max.
Sunday on NBA TV, it's a long day on NBA TV, and we'll be with you for all of it, starting with Boston against Washington. That's at 1 o'clock Eastern, and then at 10 o'clock p.m., the Cavaliers and the Clippers will be underway. Coverage begins at 12:30 Eastern with our CarMax pregame show. Speaking of CarMax, it's time now for our CarMax starting lineups. One thing to note here, 3D, the 76ers lineup you're looking at right now suffered its first loss when all of them are healthy and in the starting lineup. So they're now 14-1 when we see that group on the floor.
So that means tonight they're not going to let it happen again, because that's something they hold.
That's when I asked, like, we're throwing it out to Tip here in just a second. When you think about final thoughts, I want to see the fight in the 76ers team, like the playoff type level fight, not satisfied with a loss, wanting their starting lineup to be undefeated. I know it's still early in the season, but I want to see if they have that in their blood, in their personality. I want to see like a serious punch in the mouth in this first half.
And I like the way you say that, because you have to also, too, for some of the casual fans, Monty Williams and Doc Rivers, they played together with the Knicks.
Oh, good.
Kind of mentors. Point. So it's kind of like, I'm looking across down the sideline. I know that coach is really good. I know he has a good scheme. So it's going to be fun to see which scheme that they kind of play with each other to figure out. Chris Paul's good, great leader, get to his mid-range. But now Ben Simmons at 6'10" is getting to the paint. Which defense is effective early in the game?
That's a great point. I'm glad you brought up the coach rivalry as well. We've seen Monty have an incredible impact in just a short amount of time in Phoenix, and Doc Rivers is already having that impact in Philly. So those two going head-to-head, especially late game, if we get down to a bucket or two, a possession or two.
Yes.
I'm going to be looking forward to that.
Which guy, because we always talk about coming out of timeouts, both guys are real good at drawing up good creative plays.
Awesome. All right, we're just moments away from tip as we send it out to Phoenix for our Game of the Day on NBA TV. Remember, stick around. We'll be with you for halftime as well.
Yesterday, he's been sidelined 13 games. You got Cam Payne, who was sidelined for the last 9 games, and Dooley missing the last 3. But January 4th, the only other game this season that Monty has had everybody on the roster available.
Yeah, now the tough part for Monty is now that he has them all back, it's a fine time for him, right?
You wouldn't describe it as a problem, more of a challenge as we take a look
mental challenge,
how the Suns are built to succeed. Brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. What are your keys today, EJ?
Defensive rotations, as we talked about already. Joel Embiid is the center point of their offense. I know the Suns are going to double them at times, and you have to rotate out of those double teams and get to the likes of Seth Curry, Danny Green. They will light you up if you don't. That's going to be key. And then the speed game. You don't want Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons to anchor in defensively. They are 2 of the best defensive players in the league. And so I think the Suns understand that you've got to push the ball and maybe beat them down to get some better opportunities.
As the Philadelphia team comes in number 3 in terms of fast break points per game. Of course, Phoenix encountered the number 1 fast break team on Wednesday in Milwaukee. They averaged 16. Philadelphia just a shade over 13 points per game off the fast break. Here is Ayton. You can see Embiid jamming him out deep. Shot clock winding down at 3. Kaminsky's going to have to make a move. Tough contested turnaround.
Shot clock violation.
And look, the Suns, they're going to have to be patient at times because the 76ers, I'm telling you, they have some very good defensive players on the floor. Danny Green. Tobias Harris is not a bad defensive player. The weak one probably is Seth Curry. And that's the one that they're going to have to attack at times tonight when he gets switched off.
Yeah, they've got, as you mentioned, a couple of good individual defenders, but they've really become a good team defending club. As Embiid on the face-up, able to knock it down, and this guy has just been, well, he's been on a tear all season long, but over the last 10 games, EJ, it has just been ridiculous.
How many centers you know can score on all 4 levels? I mean, he can shoot the 3. He can put it on the floor. He spots up, okay, and then he can back you up underneath the hoop. I mean, it's just devastating, his offense.
McHale goes to work on Curry, and This could open up the door for a big afternoon for Bridges matched up against Curry.
Yeah, you got to
Green
punish him.
connects on the three.
No, Mikal's got to punish him. It was almost like, and no offense to Steph Curry, it's an insult though to Mikal Bridges that he's guarding, because they had to decide who he was going to guard, and he has to make them pay.
Kaminsky had to look, but you can see Frank's improved offense in the last 3 or 4 games as Booker able to drive inside, gets banged around, forces the miss there, but you can see Harris respecting